It's Week 17 of the National Football League, and we'll be watching the Oilers' sure-handed tight end. He's gonna be a busy man in the passing game. It's the Oilers and the Broncos, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 25.
It is time for football as we welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's good to be with you. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson here in the booth. Greg, we got a couple of teams who love to throw the football, and you know how guys say, hey, we're not going against the other offense. We're going against the other team's defense. Greg, these star wide receivers, you know they're watching what the other guy does on the field here today.
Oh, in their minds, there's no question. They are competing against one another, and I think that's what makes this league so fun is when these guys, they know each other, they study each other, they work together in the off seasons. A lot of times they're friends. Come game day, there is no question.
The final 2 weeks of the regular season are upon us, and off we go on EA Sports. This one taken at the 7, and he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Here comes the Denver offense set to take over. They are led by the man who led Michigan to the national championship in 2023, quarterback J.J. McCarthy.
If his preparation for this game is any indication of how he's going to perform today, Mike, they're going to be hard to beat. He played really well last week, but when we talked to his coaches, they told us, they're like, he has lived here all week. He has taken his level of play even up another notch, and if he can continue to operate this system, continue to get all of his weapons involved, this leadership, this ability to lead by example, it's going to rub off on the rest of this offense. I think they're going to have a good chance of changing from last week's loss to coming away today with a victory.
On first down, here's McCarthy. Pass brought in by Ferguson. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They'll go play action here with McCarthy. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Now a 3rd and 2. They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry.
That's a heck of a stop by this defense early in this game, Mike, and it sets up a decision for the offense. You might be a little too far away to attempt a realistic field goal, but you might be a little too close to get anything out of the punt unit. I think I'm keeping the offense on. I'm trying to extend this drive, and I'm being aggressive here early.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Houston offense heading out to the field for the first time. They'll be led out by the quarterback now in his 4th game.
There's been a lot of talk coming into this week, Mike, about whether or not he'd be able to keep this hot streak going. And while I don't know if he'll be able to produce that absurd stat line like he did a week ago, I think he's more than capable of having another strong outing here in this one. I mean, somehow, if he can replicate last week's success, I think it's pretty safe to say he's got a chance to leave here with another win. Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
That one good for 26 yards.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
And he's just pushing guys out of the way, powering forward for a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll stick with him again. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
2nd and short. Normally, this is a great time, Mike, to put the ball in the air and try to press the ball downfield. But in this case, they keep it on the ground. Has a similar effect. They pick up a good gain and a first down.
Fighting off tacklers, pushing his way forward. Good gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Now this time they'll look to throw. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
A hit, and he has lost the football. The Broncos have it. And there it is. The defense comes up with the big play, forcing the fumble as they get their offense right back on the field. Coming up, Greg, with a big turnover.
Taking the ball away, Mike, has really become an art form in the NFL. Some teams are good at it, some teams not so much. But in this case, great job by the defense taking that one away.
The Broncos offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. You can see he's closing in on a rushing title, the league leader coming into the final 2 weeks of the season. On first down, they'll run it on the draw. And he's going to be stuck well behind the line of scrimmage. A play going absolutely nowhere. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Here's McCarthy. Got a man left side. It's caught. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup. You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play. One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
2nd and 7. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. And the Broncos are going to be looking at a 1st and goal. They move it down to the 4. From the gun, here's McCarthy. That is caught back corner of the end zone. Rashad Bateman. Touchdown, Denver. Touchdown number 7 for him on the year.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. Now return coming from the 7. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Oilers offense back onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And things are getting a little tight with 2 weeks left in the regular season. Already, we can look ahead in both conferences to some critical divisional matchups ahead in Week 18. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 36-yard line.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Here's 3rd and 2.
Third down and 2.
Trying to pick this one up on the ground. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. 1st down for Houston.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. One quarter in the books. It's the Broncos with the early lead. And more from Houston coming up in a moment. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. The Oilers now set to kick this one away. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Broncos offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And with just 2 weeks left in the regular season, you can see he leads the league in rushing touchdowns. McCarthy now to throw on 1st and 10. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Here's a run going left. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. 3rd and 2, and here's McCarthy. And it looks like he's going to have the 1st down. The defense was right there, but a gain of 2. Good enough for the 1st down.
1st down, Broncos.
Up the middle they go. And the defense all over this one. They knock him down. It'll go down as a loss of 2.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
On 2nd down is McCarthy. This one complete to Bateman. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Slot receiver headed right. Off the play fake, it's McCarthy. Now, deep ball for Bateman. That's over the middle and intercepted. And the Oilers are going to have the ball at their own 18-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Now a shot here, deep middle. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Now a give up the middle. He'll pop this ahead for about. We'll set up third down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
They send the tight end in motion. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. First half, and good enough for a first down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He throws right side down the